And then the last one on our list before we go see her. Uh-oh. Talking to Aphrodite and Eros after the party, they more or less collaborated part of what Asterion told me. Calliope went to the reliquary that night. She knew something big was going on down there, and she was really frightened. They also agreed Medusa, if anyone, would know more, so I guess she's next on my list. It's time to go to Medusa's lair, and it's day 4. This is scary. I should go confront Medusa. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I am terrified. I'm so worried with it. So worried about what's about to happen.
This must be the Viper's Nest.
Oh.
Scariest part of town, no sign. Just that one dude glaring at everyone.
Valid.
Well, I'm here now. Just another day in the life of an idol.
There you are. Man, this place is the worst. I think
love
someone
her.
peed on me.
Freddie? What are you doing here?
Yeah, you can't be here.
What, you thought I wouldn't notice you skulking off? You didn't even bring any equipment, Grace.
Aw. You got a mace? Do you have a mace? I love that I still get the option to flirt with Freddie. This game is too much, man. This game is too much. This game is too much. Oh, I'm glad you're here. You have equipment. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here. But I do adore you. I both adore you, and you should not be here because this is dangerous as hell. And I hear Medusa turns people to stone. I don't know if that's true, but it's a rumor that's been going around. But I am happy you're here. I do adore you. I'm gonna say I adore
Freddie,
you. I'm sorry.
please
Listen.
tell me you don't think you're some kind of adventurer.
I'm sorry. Are you not about to head into a monster's lair at great personal peril? What else
am.
would you call that?
Yeah,
You're such a dork. I adore you.
we do adore Freddie, though.
Good, because I'm not about to let you wander in there without backup. Who knows? Maybe
you.
the stuff I know about Medusa might actually apply.
That is true.
That'd be a switch.
That would actually be really incredibly useful and helpful. Freddie knows everything about mythology, at least for the mortal mythology that we know, and we need Freddie here to help us out. Yeah, can she really turn people into stone? That's the rumor going on.
Do you think she actually turns people to stone?
Let's hope not, or this could be a short visit.
That's
Or
true.
a really
That's
long
true.
one.
I'm serious.
Perseus
really
used a mirror
permanent
to
visit.
reflect Medusa's gaze back at her. Oh, maybe you could use your phone.
You think that would work?
Okay,
Unless you brought a mirror, Grace, it's all you got.
okay. Just snap our phone out anytime it looks dire. It's looking like we're in dire straits. Just put our phone on camera mode. It'll be totally fine. That'll definitely work. That's how we stop the immortals. All right, tell me what you know.
Okay, I'll bite. What do you know about Medusa?
Well, you know she was human once, right? And she was cursed.
Apollo mentioned it, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Cursed by Athena. Or so one of the stories goes, anyway.
But doesn't she work for Athena?
Yeah.
Hey, don't look at me. My knowledge of this stuff stops at a few thousand years ago.
Valid. Valid. Medusa is a monster, though. Yeah, not an idol. I mean, she's immortal, but she's not an idol. Medusa is immortal, not an idol, I believe.
She was once human, but
believe.
she's definitely a monster, right?
Yeah, one of the worst. But, you know, so was the Minotaur.
Asterion said she was scary. I have a feeling she's not like him.
Yeah.
Then I guess you need to be prepared for the possibility that she is as bad as the legends say.
Okay, then you should.
Though some of the stories
I'm
also
scared
say
for
that
you.
she was wronged by Athena and that what was done to her was an injustice.
And Athena just follows the rules, right?
Let's do. I'm so worried about Freddie being here. I don't think Medusa is gonna be like Hecate, because Hecate was just wonderful and awesome, and it was so awesome to see Freddie and Hecate have like a moment together and get to hang out. That was cool and all. I don't think it's gonna go like that here. I think that's not gonna happen in this situation.
Okay, enough talking.
Oh,
Time to do this.
I'm so scared.
You have a plan for how we're getting inside, I hope?
Maybe.
I'm gonna
here to
sing to
help?
him.
Always.
Try to make him open the door. I'm just gonna sing to him, and he's gonna magically open the door. He's gonna be in the middle of our music number. He's gonna be so distracted in his song that the door is just gonna pop right open. That's the plan. Oh god. Okay, confront the enforcer, find another entrance, use a distraction. I mean, it's not a secret. it's not a secret that we're here to see Medusa. Like, I feel like Medusa would probably be angrier with us if we just snuck into her place and showed up. She probably wouldn't like that too much. So we should probably be like, hey, we need to talk to Medusa and, like, try to charm our way through this. Except the only problem is that Grace is not charismatic Grace. We have smart Grace, who is not charismatic. But we're gonna try to think on our feet. We'll try. We'll see. We're gonna try the, confrontational way. Oh boy, here we go.
Grace, you're not... of course you are.
Yep, we're just gonna
Hi
talk
there.
to him. Yeah,
Club
hey.
business is closed. Private party.
Yeah, hi, we gotta get in. Medusa will see me. Yeah, that's bold. I don't know about that. I'm here for the party. Yeah. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, the private party is what I'm here for. Why else?
Yeah,
All the guests have arrived. Do you have an invitation?
of course I do. I'm an idol. Like, I just automatically get, that's, Medusa probably hates idols. Let's not say that. I know who your mistress is. That's a little bold. We'll pretend. We'll play along. Maybe we could, like, trick him.
Look, I know who the boss really is, and she'll want to speak with me. Isn't that invitation enough?
Yep. It's fine. It's fine.
Go on in. I'll send word to the boss you've arrived.
Yes! Yeah, just talk him down. Yes, let's go, Grace. Oh, I love her. Oh, but this is gonna get real fucking spooky with it, huh? The Viper's Nest? Oh boy. Ooh. Yeah, what kind of private party are we talking about here? Uh-oh. Oh no. Are we about to have like a sacrificial offering?
Such a long day.
Oh no.
Dreaming of tonight. This sacred
Oh no. Yep, we're about to kill somebody.
Hello, who's that there? You've messed up my flow. Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat. Oh, it's the muse. There are sacred bites, and then there's this sacred bite.
Oh no. Don't bite me. Oh no.
So right.
Oh no.
I'm really gonna hate myself
Don't wanna fight me.
tonight.
Medusa, listen, stop, I'm warning you. This is something you don't want to do.
Tell me more about me, look at you. A prime sashimi with opinions too.
Medusa, listen, I'm warning you.
Yes, keep on warning
There's no
me.
rewinding, it's something you can't undo. Can't undo.
It's kind of the point, lovely. Now look into me. Your body goes freely every time I see it tenders turning jelly. I see it renders. I think you're saying I can't speak.
Oh no.
And that was why can't I speak? I call it the preparation.
Oh no.
Alright, that's fine, you want the boring facts. Well, dear, this process makes your meat relax. Turn you to stone. And miss that lovely musy taste of you. And it's just murder on the jumpers, too. That thing you said before, you're right, it's true. Feels extra special doing something you can't undo. Look into me. Oh, she's looking away. Hey,
I'm just a temporary muse. Wait,
a temporary muse.
I'm not worth the price.
It's not something high.
You and Athena. Here's the thing I don't get. Are you her spy, some sort of PI, or more like her pet? Am I hurting the mood when I mention her name?
The fact that she'd hate that you're on my plate only makes me more game. Look into
Medusa, look into your own eyes. Nope. Okay, the phone thing doesn't work on you. Nevertheless, let's take a look at you. Fan called you hideous. That's just untrue.
enough.
I'd kill for eyes like that. The body too.
Don't look at me.
Maybe the hair needs some attending to.
Don't look at me.
Big picture, honey. It's nothing you can't undo. Yeah, you're not a killer. You're much too cute.
You're lost, little girl. No more Hail Marys. We both know the cute girl's you. The killer's me.
Don't know, you don't know.
I do know that you didn't
Kill Calliope. So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
No.
Yes, you do know, you know. Does that mean Athena knows?
No. Fine grace.
Don't you see, Medusa? You are just her tool. Your queen's a user. You're Athena's fool. Apollo could get you free. He's a friend to me.
What's that you said to me? Apollo.
Can get you
Get
free.
Medusa free.
Is that a yes?
That's a maybe.
Maybe what?
Did I miss something?
Yes!
Is she serious?
Get it, Freddy!
Depends. What do you think, Medusa?
Yeah!
Help me out?
Set her on fire!
Fine.
And,
Fine.
you know, unless she.
What
you know,
exactly is it
listens.
that you want, pretty muse?
I love. Oh my god, these character designs are so fucking good. I know, what a noob, locking eyes with Medusa. That's why we need Freddy here. But Freddy really should have told her to not look Medusa in the eyes. Like, that was some key information right there. And now, kiss! Yeah. Exactly. Also, I was so laughing at one of her lines, one of Grace's lines she had in the song, totally flirted with Medusa. I was like, oh no, what have I done to this poor Grace? I've made Grace need to flirt with everybody. I love it. Man. You're like a bard, using songs as a weapon. I love this. Like, I love the mechanic. The song mechanic is so good. Maybe the hair needs some attending to. Yeah, those snakes are looking a little rough there, buddy. So good. Oh, that whole, man, that might be one of my favorite musical numbers yet. Between that song and the song at Persephone's, at the underground? No. Sorry, the underworld. At the underworld, that song with Persephone, both of those are my two favorite songs so far. Oh, man. Let's see, why are we at the reliquary? Did you try to eat Calliope too? Yeah, what's up with that? What's going on there?
You can start by telling me whether you tried to eat Calliope like you just tried to eat me.
Yeah.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary.
I just realized-
never spoke to her, never even caught up to her. I swear it.
That's what Asterion told us, more or less.
But you were there that night.
Yes, I admit it. Ugh, Lady Athena will have my head. She'll mount it on a pike. Whatever you might think of me, I had no part in the Muse's death. I did not even know she'd been attacked until I saw her fleeing.
Man, it just dawned on me, the voice actress for Medusa, and I'm like so happy right now. there's so many good voice talents in this game, and I just, mwah, beautiful, amazing. Okay, let's see. Asterion said you two met. You didn't tell Athena. Why were you following Calliope? How can we believe you? You didn't tell. Yeah. What do you mean you didn't tell Athena? Yeah. Why didn't? Yeah. What's up with that? What's going on? Good stuff. Oh, this game is so good. I'm in love with this game.
You haven't told Athena any of this?
Yeah. Yeah. What's up with
You
that?
agreed to help, remember?
I told her Calliope was at the reliquary that night. I did not tell her I was also there.
Why not? Wouldn't Athena find out from Hecate anyway?
I was not thinking clearly. I panicked. Lady Athena barely tolerates my presence as it is.
Aw.
If she thought I was involved in any way, if she even suspected.
God, these character designs are so good. Medusa's character design is so clean. Like, oh. Why were you following Calliope? Asterion said you two met. Yeah, why were you following Calliope? Let's do this in order, please.
You followed Calliope to the reliquary. Why were you shadowing her at all?
I am Lady Athena's spy master, yes. Calliope has been trouble from time to time.
So you were spying on her.
Huh.
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope.
Interesting.
When I realized she was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
Did you now? Oh, did you now? Also, why does Athena, keeping up with everybody outside of Olympus? Like, what's up with that? Why are you spying on everybody? Why does Athena want to spy on everybody? Did you find out why Calliope was there? Athena said you two met. Yeah. Did you find out why Calliope was there? Why were you following her?
Did you ever find out why Calliope went there?
I was never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the muse fleeing. She was frightened, blooded, dying.
Let me guess, that made you hungry.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
Does make sense from your perspective.
I didn't learn the truth until later. And then it was far too late.
You didn't learn the truth of what? Yeah, Asterion said you guys met.
Asterion said he caught up with you out in the fog. Is that right?
I thought he was the one who had attacked her. He is a great beast of a creature.
He killed Hecate's cat by accident. But this still seems hard to believe.
Yes, I only realized my mistake once I caught up to him, and by then the muse was gone.
And you never found her afterwards?
I thought she might flee to her pretty home, or to the sharp and prickly Persephone. She did neither.
Yeah, she came to see me.
Yep. Yeah, top-notch art style. Oh, I agree. Yeah, how can we believe you? Yeah, I love this whole comic book art style is so good.
Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me, remember?
Yeah.
I agreed to help you. I speak the truth.
Right, and not at all trying to cover your own ass.
You presented an opportunity. To taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again.
No.
It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have.
Uh-huh.
Well, what of Pan? The only reason I knew Calliope was going to the reliquary is because he informed me.
Okay.
So much for never lying to me.
What were the odds, honestly?
Let's put a pin in that for the moment, shall we?
I am a monster. It's true, I do not deny it. It's still, I did not kill the muse.
Okay, we've asked enough questions. Yeah, because you probably would have, you would have been more satiated. You wouldn't be starving still if you would have recently killed Calliope, probably. You probably wouldn't be, thirsting for muse blood. If you already got muse blood, so I do kind of believe her.
Okay, let's say we believe you. For the moment.
I've told you everything I know. We have a bargain. You said my curse might be lifted.
I'll ask Apollo. It's all I can do.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you. Do not tell Athena of my indiscretion. Show mercy.
Okay.
I know what I am horrifies compromise me as well. I cannot help what I am. I
Aw.
did not ask to be cursed like this.
Aw, that's fair. Have you done this before? You know what? Let's ask the clever, like always want to ask more questions. Always.
Whether I tell Athena depends. Have you done this before?
I...
Don't you think Athena should know what her spy master is like?
She cannot. I am a lost and cursed thing. No idol. If Lady Athena should learn the truth,
Yep, she would be.
I hope you find what you seek, pretty muse. And that we meet again someday. And sing a different song.
Aw. Interesting. Also, what the fuck is going on with Athena, man? Hey, achievement unlocked. Snake Charmer. Aw,
knew.
she was a victim too.
Right from the start, Pan knew Calliope was there that night.
Yep.
Yeah, and who could have foreseen that he was lying to you the entire time?
Freddy's like, I told you so.
Oh, I ask you, a mystery even the Oracle couldn't have penetrated.
Amazing. Okay, you were right. Yep, you're right. He lied.
Yes, fine. You were right, Freddy. As always.
See, was that so hard?
I love it.
Anyhow, you probably have a few questions for Mr. Goatman. I'll see you at home.
Thanks for helping. This was danger. Thanks for helping. We're still on the... I can't flirt. I can't... No, I'm not going to flirt with everybody. Listen, we chose that we were going to flirt with Apollo. We flirted with Apollo. So we're just going to say thank you for your help, Freddy. Because thank you. I'm going to show some restraint. A little bit. I'm going to drink some water for the thirstiness. Thank you for helping, Freddy. You were awesome. But I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Hey, I really appreciate all your help, Fred.
Right? I am so good at this. Who needs to be an idol?
Is this where you offer to be my kick-ass high priestess?
Am I not already? Seriously, am I not?
I love Freddy. Can he have multiple love partners? I have no idea. I have no clue. If we can, all bets are off. Then I'm flirting with everybody, no restraint. But I don't know. I don't know yet.
Oh, if it isn't, the lovely Grace?
Time to
You
confront
knew.
Pan.
Right from the start, you knew Calliope was there that night.
Pan?
Well,
You in trouble. You in trouble.
she asked for the key and I gave it to her, no questions asked. I told you I didn't know what happened to Calliope, and that's the truth. I did not. So I nudged you in the right direction.
Pan? What the hell? Can we make Pan sing? That might be dangerous. That might be dangerous if we try to make Pan sing. I mean, technically, we already have made Pan sing. In the originally, that was like I think that was the very first song, is because it was the song between us, Pan, and Freddy. But we might want to make Pan sing again. I don't know. Which we can't force him to say something he doesn't want to say, but we might be able to trip him up and have him say something by accident. Debatable. Man, oh goodness. I'm getting a notification that's saying that the ads are about to start here in 4 minutes. So I'm going to try to not do anything too dramatic. I'm going to try to keep up with that before we take our break. So let's see. And lied about why. Yeah, you did lie about why. Why did you do that? What aren't you telling me? Yeah, let's just make a statement here.
And lied about why.
I omitted things, yes. I was rather hoping to avoid suspicion falling my way.
I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall.
Uh-huh. Yeah, what's that about,
Medusa
honey?
learned that Calliope was going to the reliquary because I told her.
Uh-huh.
Now, before you say anything, I had no idea of the fate awaiting our dear muse. And you yourself said Medusa was not responsible. I simply had to know if I'd inadvertently, rather innocently...
You sold her out. Yeah, I don't believe you. Yeah, you sold her out. Why does Pan wear a shirt? Hamster, I feel like you're just like, wait, how come why aren't they all shirtless? Like, what's going on here? And you know what? Same. Yeah, you sold her out. What the heck?
Sold her out? Mm-hmm. She came to you for help, and you gave her whereabouts to the highest bidder.
Yep.
I am trying to help, Grace.
Yes. It's because of
In
you.
my way.
The Calliope
What
is dead.
do you mean, in my way? What way is that?
The way where I don't take all the blame.
Uh-huh.
What else will I discover, Pan? I'd rather learn it now than later.
Yep.
I wish I could tell you, Grace.
Uh-oh.
I truly do.
Uh-oh. Is Pan being threatened? Time to head back home for now. Interesting. Is Pan being threatened? What a coward. I know, right? Same. Coward. Yeah, that's me too. It makes me wonder, though, because I'm just like, wait a minute. So if you knew, so that makes me mad, too. Because, one, now I'm actually pretty certain that Pan is not the one that killed Calliope. However, it's because of Pan that Calliope is dead. So technically, inadvertently, he did kill Calliope, even if he wasn't the one to do it physically. Because I think I bet Calliope might have tried to go to him, or he knew about Calliope's whereabouts. So he sold her out and let Medusa go find her and all that stuff. So there's something more to that. I think Pan is feeling guilt and is definitely, he also definitely there's a lot of stuff going on with Pan. There's a lot going on there. Also, talk to Apollo, our apartment. We should head back home for now. Talk to Freddy, talk to Persephone. Oh, goodness gracious. But I think it's time. It's going to be break time, but I am going to have a loose poll here because it looks like it says time to head home for now, but we still have the option to do other things. So before our ad break, or while our ad break is going, I'm going to have a poll of where do we go it's getting down to the wire. But the poll vote is talk to Apollo, so we're going to go talk to Apollo before we go back to our apartment. We can go chit chat with Loverboy before we go back to our apartment. And also to go see the Oracle as well. Hello. Hi.
Grace, back again so soon.
Hi.
Did you find Medusa after all?
I did.
You've been on my mind ever since you told me about her.
I did, and it was fine. I told you it would be.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Okay, it almost wasn't fine, but it worked out. Nobody got hurt.
I see. Perhaps you'd best tell me what happened then.
Yeah, let me lay it all out. Oh yeah, we also need to talk to Apollo anyway too, to see if he can help Medusa also.
That sounds like quite the harrowing experience.
Not just for
one
kissy
that
kiss
could have
reasons.
gone very poorly indeed.
Aw, you were worried? You were worried about me?
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were worried about me.
I will always worry about you, Grace.
Aw.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Take it as a good thing.
We'll
If
hope
you've
that's a
cleared
compliment.
Medusa's involvement, that still leaves us with Pan.
Yeah,
Have you confronted him about it?
we did.
He admitted to selling out Calliope, but not to killing her.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can believe him.
He inadvertently
I've
killed
never thought of
Calliope.
Pan as a liar so much as a manipulator. Still, he would do anything to protect himself. I'll have to give this some thought. I did tell you we could discuss your memories and the Eidolon more in depth after the party.
Oh yeah.
Did you have any questions or?
Yeah, how long does that process take? When do I start losing myself and become a different person? 'Cause, that's important information. Oh. I do want to ask that question, but let's talk about us first. Will I feel different as I change?
When all these memories start to
Yeah.
return, will I feel different?
Well, let's see. It starts as dreams you'll have of places you've never been, people
Okay.
you've never met, fleeting images, feelings.
Okay.
Then they'll appear while you're awake. You'll be eating breakfast and suddenly recall when you last ate something similar in the 17th century.
Okay.
The only difficult part is that eventually it can be hard to differentiate between your life and all those other lives. They blend together.
That's fair.
It does sound confusing.
Yeah.
A little, yeah. And not all the memories will be good ones. It can take time to process.
Okay. Will I still remember my own life? Yeah, am I gonna get lost, or am I gonna still actively remember everything that I had? Probably yes, you probably will remember, but like Grace said, she's gonna be remembering 20 years versus, like, the thousands that Calliope had. So it's gonna be probably pretty easy to lose that.
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Grace, would you say that who you are is at least in part due to your experiences?
I guess so, sure.
Uh-oh.
Well, you'll have a lot more experiences.
Oh, no.
They won't feel like someone else's either. It will feel like you did all those things.
Yeah.
They will shape who you are now, just as they shaped Calliope and all those who came before her. The good news is, you won't get all the memories. Each time we pass on, the older memories fade.
Well, that's important information. That's something we didn't know. We didn't know that. Okay, that's new. Okay, so we won't remember everything. It's kind of like how, a regular, IRL, regular real life memories work. That it's like, we know a lot of stuff. We don't remember everything that happened in our lives. So I guess the same would be true for idols. In a more intense way, because they do remember a whole lot more, but they still forget some things. How many times have you died?
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
Well, we call it passing on,
Okay, yeah,
meeting
passing
the
on,
idol
passing
on, and it's fine. I've passed on 12 times that I can recall.
That's a lot.
So your name isn't really Apollo.
Most recently it was Lucas.
Oh,
Everyone Lucas ever knew is gone, however, so these days I prefer Apollo again.
aw.
Lucas. Seems weird to think of you as a Lucas.
It was weird for him, too. Much like yourself, Lucas becoming Apollo was somewhat of a surprise.
Sounds like there's a story there.
Yeah. Okay, how is fading memories a good thing? Yeah, explain this to me. I want to hear. Listen, like, I have my own thoughts, but I want to hear, what do you think about this, Apollo? Like, I want to know, Paul, Lucas, Apollo, I want to know what you think.
Wait, how is it good that old memories start to fade?
We're many thousands of years old, Grace. If all of those memories returned with perfect clarity, you'd drown in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Tell me, how much do you remember from when you were a small child?
Bits and pieces, I guess. Not much.
Yeah.
It's the same for us. The further I try to think back, the more blurry it becomes. I remember the important
That's
bits,
fair.
but little else. Some of the really old memories. There's so many mortal stories that get mixed up with them, things my previous selves learned as legends. It becomes hard to tell. It takes time, Grace. You'll remember all the lives you've led, but at a pace you can handle,
Oh,
and nothing
that's
more.
Well, that's good. Well, that's good. Good point. Yeah, I was like, that's pretty fair. But no, tell me about Lucas. I want to hear this.
Tell me about this Lucas.
Yeah.
How did he become you? Or is it how you became Apollo?
Yeah.
Apollo had taken to surfing. He left the city without permission and roamed the coast looking for... Well, I'm not sure now.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Whatever
Out
it
of the
was,
sun. Needed to
he
get some
found it one
sun,
night, A giant wave took him down.
Amazing.
He was drowning, and I thought, this is finally it.
Oh, then
But it
Lucas
wasn't.
saved him. Yep.
Lucas saw Apollo struggling and swam out to save him.
Yep.
He pulled us ashore, but it was too late.
Yep.
It took a long time to realize what happened. I didn't return to the city until years later. By then, everyone thought I was Apollo's chosen successor.
Oh, so you were also an
So
accident?
no trial for you, huh?
Great. So we can
It wasn't
also...
easy at first,
We can share in
without
this.
memories or
We're both accidents.
anyone to guide me, but no, nothing like that.
Aw. Okay. But that's a good point. What if Lucas hadn't been there? Because even Lucas, or this current Apollo, had the memory of, like, thinking, oh, it's finally over, this is it, because if you don't have a successor as an idol, if you don't give up your eidolon to somebody, then you're done. So, like, if Lucas hadn't been there and nobody had been there to absorb Apollo's essence, there would probably be no Apollo, is my guess.
Wait, what would have happened if Lucas hadn't tried
Apollo
to
would
rescue
be gone.
you? What if no one was there when you...
When I died,
Yeah.
then the eidolon of Apollo's line would have ended forever, I think.
You think?
There have been stories about eidolons that survive for a time and go wandering. That's probably all they are, though. Stories. It's not something we've had much opportunity to study, but normally death without passing on is how an idol really dies. Forever.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's all for now.
It's a lot to consider.
Yeah.
Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Hopefully this eases whatever concerns you might have had. Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
Yeah, okay, actually none of these options were what I was gonna bring up, which is funny. I was like, are we gonna forget that we promised that we were like gonna like try to ask Apollo to like help Medusa? Alright, Grace, you know what? You do you, Grace, it's fine, don't worry. We can go back on our word, I guess. Tell me more about Calliope. Let me get to know Calliope that I am.
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
For centuries, we were far more.
Oh.
I was the god of the arts, and the muses were my constant companions. We went everywhere together. They had many names, but the three most common were Clio, Talia, and Calliope.
Yeah.
The sisters of beauty, I called them, though they weren't always women.
I never thought of that.
Hell yeah.
Do idols
Hell
change
yeah.
gender a lot?
I'm so glad
Most
this
of us
is brought
seek
up.
out inheritors who are like us, I suppose, but not all. Calliope, in fact, was a man in her previous
I
incarnation.
was wondering about this.
Christoph, I think his name was. A poet Calliope adored. I was surprised when she made him a muse.
Yes. I love this. Me being, obviously non-binary, I love this. 'Cause I wondered that, because I was like, Calliope, and I was like, wait, well, is it different? Because Calliope is a muse, and typically in mythology, traditionally, the muses were always women, and I was like, does that have to be true? I love that it was pointed out that it was like, Calliope was once Christoph. That makes me happy. Yeah, who was Calliope after Christoph?
Who did Calliope become after that poet, Christoph?
Oh.
You have to realize we're already into the period where Calliope and I weren't really speaking. She showed up one day in her new form, the one you met. An opera singer whose name she never revealed. We fought, as I recall. I told her she couldn't pass on every time she met an artist she fell in love with. Eventually she'd forget everything about who we were and where we came from. She said she'd rather forget than wallow in old memories like I or the other idols were doing. It was time to wake up and make the best of our situation. Calliope was an idealist without compromise. Always. She hated what we'd become. What I'd become. She wasn't wrong.
I love Calliope. Oh, Calliope just like, you know what, as soon as she falls in love with somebody, she's like, I spend all my time with them, and then we become one forever. Like, Calliope over here being like a complete romantic, just like, oh, I fall in love with somebody so much that I never want to part ways with them ever again, so we become one person. Amazing. So you and Calliope fought often, I'm guessing, because, yeah, I could see that being an issue.
From how you describe it, you and Calliope fought a lot.
As often as we saw each other, which became less and less as time wore on. However, she fought with everyone.
Because she loved the mortals more than she
Calliope
loved the idols.
hated the idols being kept secret.
There you go.
She and Athena would get into screaming matches over the rules, and it got so I could no longer protect her. She moved out of Olympus years ago and kept to herself. I just assumed she was wrapped up with some new artist when I got the news.
Do you regret not making up with her?
Every day I think about our last conversation and what I should have said
Aw.
or done differently. The problem with immortality is that you think you have all the time in the world.
Yeah, that would be pretty fucked up, because when you think that you have eternity and then something like that happens, like with what happened to Calliope, that's pretty fucked. 'Cause it's like, you know, at least for us mortals, we know death is going to happen, and so, you know, we always keep that, we always keep that in our minds. But like, if you're immortal and you're like, I'm never gonna die, and then somebody dies, like that's pretty intense. Let's see, weren't there good things about Calliope? Tell me about the idols, what do you want to do? Yeah, like you said, you guys are always fought. Also, Apollo is casually leaving out that the, he was maybe a little bit too toxically obsessed with the muses. Especially too, was it, which, I don't remember which one, I don't remember which of the muses, but, they tried so desperately to get away from Apollo at one point when they fought, because they fought so intensely that she literally turned herself into a tree to get away from Apollo. She's like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna become one with nature to get the fuck away from you. So, Apollo, maybe it's better that, like, this timeline is happening now. Let's not think about the past, let's learn from the past and move forward and be better.
It wasn't only fighting with Calliope, right? Surely there were good things,
Think of the good
too.
things.
Is that how it sounds? No. She was marvelous. A force to be reckoned with if there ever was one. In the darkest days during the war, it was her songs that gave us hope. She kept Aphrodite alive through sheer determination, I think.
Aw.
Calliope cared. About us, about art, about people she'd only just met.
Mm-hmm.
It was her greatest strength as well as her greatest weakness.
Aw.
I wonder why she picked me. I don't feel like I'm any of those things.
Aw. Sweet
You
Grace.
underestimate yourself, Grace. I see a lot of her in you. She chose well.
Aw. Sweet. Okay, what happened to the other muses? Yeah! Do we want to... Oh no. Do we want to bring up bad blood? You know what? Let's just get it all out on the table, you know? Let's just talk about all of it.
What happened to the other muses? You mentioned 2 others. Were they lost in the war?
Uh-oh.
Cleo perished centuries before.
Mm-hmm.
The victim of an obsessed writer she'd spurned.
Yep.
He kept her in a cage as his personal muse.
Yep.
Ugh, that's pretty dark.
It was. By the time we found her, she was already... Well, it's enough to say her captor didn't survive her for long. Talia, however, was lost to us on the very last day of the war. We were about to leave on the ship, but she just never showed up.
Do you know what happened to her?
We never found out. I worried for years, even hired people to look, but as far as I can tell, she up and vanished into smoke that day. The war had ground her down. I was upset, but not surprised.
No. Which kind of, like I said, there's some imagery, because the original song that we had with Apollo, I mean, that's kind of, like I said, he talked about some of those darker notes in there, because, like, you kind of saw it in, like, the silhouettes of the song from earlier, because it's like he had a lot of nautical stuff and a lot of different things that are, like, just little inklings of, and shout-outs in his song earlier. Which I really enjoyed. All right, so tell me about the idols, or we do want to get to know you more, but we're gonna save that for the last part of it. Tell me about the idols, and then we'll talk about you.
I'd like to know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
Uh-huh.
You are. What would you like to know?
Well,
what are we? Where did we come from?
Fair.
If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
The short answer is, we don't know.
No, that's fair.
If I think far enough back, I can remember bits and pieces. I remember my first Pythian games, the day the idols split in two over Troy, the day my first son died.
Aw.
But before that, nothing. None of us do. I vaguely recall the very first Apollo many thousands of years ago, but was he the original? Did he appear out of the ether? I couldn't tell you.
God, I love mythology so much. I love games that give me fantastical mythology. I'm like, please, please, I love this kind of stuff. This is the stuff I live and breathe for. How can he not know where you're from? I mean, didn't he just explain memories to you, Grace? But okay, we'll ask this question.
Isn't it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Interesting. The notion that there might be some other place far away where we're the norm is comforting.
Aw.
Sadly, our memories are filled with blanks. There was a war with beings we called the Titans. A terrible conflict where half our number died, yet do I remember a single battle. The last was after Rome fell. Zeus called us together to relay the news, told us to prepare for battle. And then, in the blink of an eye, I was in the 16th century. What made us forget 1,000 years? What happened during that time? We don't know.
Oh.
Athena calls that period the gap.
God, I love the lore of this game.
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I know I was alive. I passed on my eidolon who knows how many times, yet the moment I woke up, as you call it, all memory of that period was gone. It was Athena who found us. I was in
Convenient.
France, I think.
I'm just saying.
She came to my farm, and the moment I laid eyes on her, I just knew. It all came back. Did someone do that to us?
Seems like a
Did
coincidence to
we
me.
scatter to the winds for 1,000 years on purpose?
Athena?
It's a
She's
mystery.
there again?
What about Athena?
Yeah.
I mean, she's the one who found you, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
She must have been
Yeah,
there.
uh-huh. What is that about?
Athena claims she awoke on her own
Uh-huh.
and spent the next century locating the other idols. We've pieced together very little of the gap or of our origins. We simply live with it. Gods we may be, but I'm afraid we don't have all the answers.
I wonder if Athena has never, like, passed on. Is Athena, like, the Athena? Like, is there any of the idols who are, like, have not, like, have either had, like, one or two, like, have either had, like, no passing on, like, they are still the original self, or do we know any idols that have only, like, passed on, like, once? Because I'm curious. Makes me wonder about Athena a little bit. Did you say you had a son?
Earlier you mentioned your son dying. Did I hear that right? Can idols have children?
It was rare, but yes.
Oh.
Back in ancient times,
Aw.
some of them even became idols themselves.
Some of the idols are actually family, then.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Most of our children met terrible ends. A gift of the fates, perhaps. I don't know.
Oh. Sweet beans.
The ones who weren't idols. It's hard, watching your children grow old and die. Never understanding why they can't have the same immortality you do. Why you
Ouch.
can't grant it to them.
Oof.
My first son is why I'm not permitted in Hades any longer. Let's simply say that
Help.
most idols have stopped having children, and maybe leave it at that.
Wow. Ow. Why does this game want to hurt me so much today? What the hell, man? I'm like, ooh, let's play this singing game about mythology. And then, like, all today, I'm like, I'm crying. And oh, look again, I am crying. God damn it. All right, tell me about the war.
Tell me more about the war.
I just want to know everything.
Seems to have had a huge effect on all of you.
Oh.
I don't think we would have left the old world otherwise. It was home.
From Aphrodite's song, I know Ares betrayed everyone. What did you do?
Oh.
I caused it. I foresaw what was going to happen, so
Oh, yeah.
I tried to prevent it.
Oh, yeah, you're the god of
I
prophecy.
told Ares.
Whoops.
I figured if the god of war couldn't stop what was to come, then
And that's why he betrayed everyone.
Yep.
he decided the idols were a lost cause. Because I told him we were.
Yikes. Yeah, I can see how that would fuck you up a little bit. Man, it sure does suck to be like, what's your superpower? Oh, I'm the god of prophecies. Everything that I see sucks. It's like, what, you don't have any good prophecies? Well, I do sometimes, but then even when I tell people that, it still causes problems. Man. That's terrible. Prophecies, that's terrible.
That's awful.
Yep.
Is that why you...
Stopped helping.
Yeah.
Stopped interfering. I suppose so, yes.
Oh.
My time afterwards was spent helping the survivors, keeping us on the move. If Hephaestus hadn't intervened, we would have all been captured.
And he's...
Oh, gone now, we assume, like so many others. We are nothing more than refugees from a war long over, Grace.
Okay, all right, okay, enough of the sadness. Let's talk about you. You know what, let's just sit down. Let's have a drink. Idols, do you drink? Do idols drink? Do you drink, Apollo? We should just have a little drink and just chill on the couch and just talk and chit-chat. As my phone buzzes terribly. There is a... Oh, what the heck? What is... Oh, Cowherd is a last name. I got an alert on my phone that says emergency alert extreme. There's a missing endangered juvenile L. It was basically a police report that somebody is endangered and missing, but I saw Cowherd and I was like, is there an emergency stampede going on near my house? But no, Cowherd is a last name. Got it. Okay, I want to know more about you. Let's sit down and just have a little drink. That's definitely, my phone buzzing about an extreme problem is definitely not a bad omen and prophecy about me trying to get to know you. Right, Apollo? Right, Apollo? Right?
I'd like to know a little more about you. All I know is you live in a dump, you have an oracle, and you...
I'm not sure what to tell you. One day has bled into the next for so long, I feel like I've been lost in the spaces in between.
Wow, that's a bit dramatic.
Apollo
Yeah,
is
well,
dramatic.
It comes naturally. Music and the arts were once under my purview as a god.
Yep.
How did that get decided? Did you have a big hat full of pieces of paper and you all picked at random?
No, we chose them for ourselves. Some, at least. Others were given to us by our priests. We collected godly responsibilities like marbles.
People collect marbles?
Oh, or whatever it is mortals collect these days. Cars, perhaps? The point is, we took our godly duties very seriously.
Gotcha. Yeah, mysterious jazz hands. Yeah, pretty much. What were you like as a god? Yeah.
You must have been very different back when you were a proper god.
I think most of us were. We saw ourselves as, I don't know, teachers. Mortals were our students, and we guided them to enlightenment. We thought we were special, infallible. I was as magnificent as the sun, and I surrounded myself with those who basked in my radiance.
So you were arrogant.
That doesn't sound like you.
No, it doesn't.
I was arrogant.
You're still a little
There was
arrogant.
a man or woman I desired, then I had to have them, or there would be consequences.
Yeah, OG Apollo
You
was
wouldn't
a
have
son of a
liked
bitch.
I wouldn't have liked me.
Aw. Hey, at least you're better now. At least you're a new you. We're the new Apollo. We're the Apollo of the new world. Why is Persephone so angry at you, specifically? That's true. Persephone is specifically angry with Apollo, so I do want to know the answer to this.
So what is Persephone's beef with you exactly?
So many journal
Is it
entry
just
updates.
about what Hades did to her?
That's no small thing.
It seems more personal than that.
Yeah, why is she mad at you?
I mentioned how Persephone's kidnapping almost meant war between Olympus and Hades, yes? Well, while this was all going on, Persephone managed to escape the underworld, and
Oh.
I'm the one she encountered first.
Apollo, no.
Hades was hot on her heels,
Oh, no.
and I had a choice. Either do battle with Hades and start the war right then and there,
Oh,
or
Apollo. No.
let him take her back.
Yikes.
Zeus would have had my head if I had sparked a war.
Oof.
Yet all I still think of are Persephone's eyes as Hades smugly took back his prisoner.
Yikes.
It's not my finest moment.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not. That's not great. That's not great, Apollo. Have you tried Have you tried therapy? Amazing. Of like, yeah, that's some shit, Apollo. You should get that looked at by a therapist.
Apollo, have you ever tried
You need a medical professional.
talking to someone about how
Yeah.
you feel?
Goddamn.
I will never understand this modern fascination with therapy and focusing on one's feelings.
It might help.
I mean, we're talking
You never
about
know.
feelings right now, Apollo. I'm just saying.
Yes, I've tried it. There was one I used to speak to.
Oh.
Hecate enchanted him never
Hey.
to reveal what I told him.
Oh, awesome.
It was
Bless Hecate. God,
interesting.
I love Hecate.
Frankly, my time with you has proven far more beneficial.
But we're doing the
I'm
same
not
thing.
a therapist, Apollo.
I mean, I'm not a therapist, but we
understand.
are talking about feelings.
And I don't mean to rely on you, only that it makes me happy just to know you, Grace.
Aw. Well, that's a start. You need some happiness, Apollo. I feel like a lot of these idols, that's what they're missing. They're missing some happiness. Was it hard to come to the new world?
Was it hard for the idols to come to the new world? It's just a place like any other, isn't it?
I don't think it was the place so much as the condition we were in. Shell-shocked, one might say. Our entire world had been turned upside down. Suddenly, we had rules. Secrecy was paramount, and no one was permitted to leave the city. Some, like my sister Artemis, couldn't abide it.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Goddess of the hunt. And a wild thing herself. She left, I think.
Oh.
Faded away without a word. As many did in the early days here.
Aw.
Later, Athena became even more strict. For our own good, of course, but it hasn't been easy. This city has never felt like home so much as a temporary shelter.
What if some of the idols are still alive? Like they said they're like some idols have faded away, you know, into history. But what if, unless that's one of Athena's like superpowers, she is the goddess of wisdom and she did just like appear and show up to people. So Athena might actually be able to like track people down legitimately. Actually, no. Actually, that can't be the case because if that was true, Athena wouldn't have Medusa. Tricky. Yeah, wait a minute. If that was Athena's superpower, she wouldn't have a spy master because then Athena would just use her magic powers and just know. So, interesting. So, there is a possibility and a chance that there are idols that are out there that have wanted purposely to not be associated with the rest of everybody. So, Artemis, I mean, could still be alive technically and just be like, you know, I'm gonna be one with the shadows now. And I don't want to associate with anybody here. So that's, you know, there's always that possibility.
That's all I can think of for now.
Interesting.
I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
I love how we totally were like, yeah, I'm like, Grace, like, okay, has Pan rubbed off on you? I love that we talked to Apollo, but then like not mention at all that, hey, we told Medusa that Apollo might be able to like help. You might be able to help her? Yeah, we're gonna just completely ignore that. Yeah, cool, sure. All right, cool, got it. All right, well then I guess we're just gonna go back to our apartment then. That's so funny. What the heck? Oh, hello.
Hi, Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
Yeah.
That's my name. Where's Freddie?
Yeah.
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
Huh. Hermes, what are you doing here? Yeah. You know Freddy? Yeah, what?
What, you and Freddie are friends now? When did this happen?
When I came looking for you. Friday has this movie that I've never seen. Super cool, right?
Oh, Hermes is a sweet little bean.
Oh, would you rather not share your mortal friends? Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk?
Oh, great.
I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Oh boy. Ooh, yeah, do I have a choice? I probably don't, huh?
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually.
Great.
She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
She could always come here. Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
Athena never leaves Olympus? It's a little strange.
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
Okay.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
Uh-huh. Is that what you do? Probably not, because, I mean, Hermes has only been Hermes for, like, less than a year, so...
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
Oh, well, that,
I'm
yes.
the god of messengers, baby.
They do that.
Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, you know, extra cool, right?
Yeah,
because they're
true.
trans. I love
I
it.
can connect any two doorways anywhere.
Love
just
it.
like
Oh
that.
my God.
So it's super easy to take people wherever.
Help.
I don't mind.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Because we did confirm, because in the bio, Hermes does go by they, them pronouns. Oh, I love that. I can help anyone transition anywhere. Oh, I love it. Okay, you knew the old Hermes. Do you like running air? Yeah, we don't want to bring this up again. We know that Hermes knew the old Hermes, and that's a very touchy and emotional subject. We're gonna. Do you like running errands? Let's talk about that.
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it.
Oh,
It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
yeah. We don't want to bring up the old Hermes. That's a touchy subject. We can go. Let's go.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off. Do your thing. Take me to Olympus.
Time to go see Athena.
Okay.
Not looking forward to this.
When you see Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here.
Aw.
When, you know, you got it together really quick.
Aw. That's sweet.
Thanks, I guess.
Because this Hermes also didn't really get a choice in the matter of becoming the new Hermes. That happened pretty abruptly. Oh, choose your trait. We can choose. Oh, we can have 2 traits. Oh, let's go. Okay, because we are clever Grace. I feel like the way our Grace is becoming, I feel like we are both clever and kick-ass. As much as I love taking the charming route, I don't feel like our Grace is charming. Especially too, the options that we've chosen from, throughout this whole playthrough so far, we have been choosing either clever or kick-ass options. Sometimes we'll try charming. Like, sometimes we will do a charming option every now and then. But for the most part, the kind of Grace that we have been building so far that, is our Grace is both clever and kick-ass. In your face, this Grace is very punk rock and not afraid to get reckless and aggressive for when it's called for. I think this is our Grace. This seems to be... And plus, too, you know, if we're becoming Calliope in a sense, sort of. I mean, Calliope was also kick-ass, so I think this seems on par for the course. I'm so happy that we get to choose a second trait. That's awesome. Let's fucking go. Also, I'm so fucking scared.
There you
about
are,
what's gonna
Grace.
happen.
Do have a seat.
I'm so terrified. Help!
I prefer to stand, thanks.
Yep.
As you like.
Yeah.
You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Oh.
Oh, great.
I'm uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized its off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
Great. Hi, Athena. I have to prove my innocence. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Also, you knew what happened there, but I just, you know, let's justify ourselves here. We're just doing what we gotta do.
Am I not supposed to be proving my innocence? Would you prefer I did nothing?
Probably.
I'd prefer you didn't break any other rules in the meantime.
Such as? Do you have a list I can read, or do you just make them up as you go?
You think our judgment was rash? It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end. I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
Sure you do. I think you did it. Oh, here's our other option. So we're going to have to get more options. Like, you care about Medusa? Oh, we can't bring Medusa up. We can't do that because we don't want we don't want Athena to know that we saw Medusa. We don't want that to happen. You don't care at all. You know, we're going to use our new kick-ass option. Let's do it.
You care. About me?
Yeah,
That's
rich.
a laugh. You sit up here in your tower, and whatever humanity you might have once had, whatever wisdom, it's eroded away to nothing. The only thing you care about is making sure it doesn't all shatter. Not on your watch.
Yeah, we mad. Oh, but she might be mad too. Uh-oh.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether. Poseidon was next. Walked out into the seas, never to be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered. And by one of our own. The list goes on.
Uh-oh. Ouch. A bit of a hard ass, yes. Right? That's terrible. So you add to it? Why you know, we are still clever, Grace. Why tell me this?
I've heard most of that, sure. What does it have to do with me?
We are dying, Grace. I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
Then why kill... Wait, that doesn't make sense. That's contradicting. Then why kill Calliope? You'd be killing a whole line of an idol. Or, well, of a muse, essentially. But, like, still, what do you mean? I could have helped you.
You know, it's too bad. I've been an idol for 5 minutes, and I've been out there solving problems you've all wrestled with for how long now? I could have helped you, Athena. I could have helped all of you. But you don't see that, do you? You're so busy holding on to what you have. You can't see what you're throwing away.
I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is. If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
Okay, yeah, I got a lot to talk about. Oh boy. Who can access the reliquary? I know you can. Who else can? I don't know if we should talk about... I cannot talk about Medusa to Athena. I am wondering, though, if Athena has Pan in, like, you know, like a grip, you know, if that's why Pan was like, I gave up, because he gave up Calliope's information to Medusa, who is technically a spy master for Athena. So it makes me wonder if Athena has a hold over Pan, and that's also why Pan is like kind of helping us, but is also not helping us, because maybe Athena has him like in a lock potentially. I don't know, maybe. But we can't discuss Medusa. If we discuss Medusa, I feel like that's gonna get Medusa in trouble. So who can access the reliquary? So much drama for these gods. I know, right? Like, they're all so dramatic. What the heck? All the forbidden knowledge.
Who has access to the reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Yeah.
Does it matter? You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
You're kidding, right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We gotta choose this option. Yeah, we're not telling Pan, because it's, listen, as much of a, you know, mysterious, sly, slick, devious person that Pan is, I'm also not gonna. Athena is probably worse, and because she's a wild card, she's a mystery, and she's dangerous. So no, you're kidding, right?
Gave it to me. Athena, I had that key all along.
You what?
It's just like you thought. I used it to attack Calliope that night. Yeah. Then I brought her back home to finish her off.
Right.
A mortal with a plan, baby. Stole my way into godhood. Watch me roar.
That's not funny, Grace.
Oh, is
What's
it?
funny is that you thought I'd tell you without getting anything in return.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, so you went to the reliquary, right? Like, we know that is a fact. That has been said by a few people.
Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you really feel like you're covering up a lot. Ooh. Okay, listen, we can't talk about Medusa, but we can talk about Pan, because I really do think Athena has something over Pan, and I kind of want to know what it is, because maybe if we do help Pan, maybe we can, you know, actually figure this out, because I feel like Pan inadvertently killed Calliope, but I don't think he did it. Like, he did give up Calliope, which didn't in the end kill her, but he wasn't the one to do it. So tell me about Pan.
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
Uh-huh. Is Pan a killer? I don't think Pan is a killer, so I'll go. I'll leave. There's nothing that I want to talk to you about. Like, the more I talk to you, the worse it's gonna be for me. Like, I don't want to give you information, so I'm just gonna go. I'll go. Although, but I might want to push about the Pan situation, because Athena might want me to think that Pan is a killer. Because it might, if it was Athena that did it, then she would want to deflect and be like, well, Pan is tricky.
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
No, but I just want to hear what you think. I'm missing something. That's why we're pushing. There it is, the clever option. That's why we're pushing.
Sort of. but I feel like I'm missing something important.
Yeah, goddess
Maybe
of
the
wisdom.
goddess of wisdom could help me out.
It would be helpful to know what Calliope was doing at the reliquary, but she's not available to ask. Not until you regain her memories, at least.
Why not put off the trial until then?
'Cause you don't want me to
Seems
get
like
her
a good way to
memories.
solve all this. Yeah?
And trust what you decide to share? I think not.
Yeah, you don't want me to. Yeah, you don't want me to get Calliope's memories. That's the whole thing. I'll leave. I'll go.
I guess I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace.
Are you?
If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
Uh-huh.
Will you? Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Good luck. Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
Oh, great, thanks. Such a square. Oh, I hate Athena. Oh, I hate her. Man.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Athena has always struggled in a crisis.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it.
Take a cookie.
Remember, she was a warrior. When pressed, she's always turned to that aspect, sought to maintain absolute control. It'd be hypocritical to say it's wrong of her. She's battled for me as much as for anyone.
She's trying her best. I didn't need a lecture. That's fair. But, this is, but we would wonder this. Are the idols really dying? I want to pose this question.
Do you think she's telling the truth about the idols dying out?
Yes, though I find it odd she chose to tell you.
Maybe Athena thought, who'd believe Grace if she blabbed about it anyway?
Right?
Sadly, while I'd prefer to stay in her good graces, I doubt that will be possible.
Uh-oh. What now?
You may not like this, but you need to go back to the reliquary.
Oh. Why? Okay, well, I don't know why, but, Grace knows why. We'll know why because of Grace.
Athena said something to me. That it'd be nice to know what Calliope was doing there in the first place.
As usual, you're way ahead of me.
It's the only piece of the puzzle we're missing.
Yep.
Calliope went there because she had a plan.
Uh-huh.
But what plan?
If she left clues behind, wouldn't Hecate have found them already?
True.
That's a really good question.
True.
Remember how I told you it'd be years before you got Calliope's memories back? Well, that's true, but not entirely.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Okay, we're listening.
Those memories are inside you. You go somewhere important to Calliope or touch something special to her, you will get flashes, feelings.
Okay.
Do you want Grace to go to the reliquary so she can have deja vu?
Yeah, pretty much.
Whatever happened to Calliope there, it ended her life. All we need to do is uncover those memories.
Oh boy. So basically you want me to re-remember how I died. Great. I'm gonna feel all the feelings of being hurt and murdered. That sounds fantastic. Oh boy. How do we get into the reliquary? You sure this will work?
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
Am I sure? No.
Yeah, because it sounds kind of vague.
Oh, that's comforting.
Yeah, great.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan?
I don't
We
think they
could look
would.
into him some more, couldn't we?
I don't think they are.
Do you have a way we can look into those things without encountering even more lies?
Andrew.
Deja vu it is.
Oh boy. What would I be looking for? Yeah. that's a
Let's
good
say I do
question.
this.
Yeah.
What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of what happened to Calliope, even a flash. Anything that gives us something to work with.
And
Okay.
if that doesn't happen?
Uh-huh.
Make it happen, Grace. As if your life depends on it.
Because it does.
I can really see why the idols call you the cheery one.
I'm sorry, but why is she here again?
Because she's great? What do you mean? Don't you diss Freddy. Don't you do that. Is there no other
Is
way?
there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
I think that's kind of the point, Grace.
Yeah.
There isn't much time left, and I'm out of ideas that won't take more time than we have.
Okay.
Well, there's always running, right? Grace leaves the city, goes on a world tour, becomes rich and famous.
Yeah, sure.
It's just me. Okay then.
Last time Freddie and I were there,
think your ideas are
Hecate wouldn't
great,
let us
Freddie.
into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
Okay. Do you want to ask Athena for permission?
No.
It just seems like a radical step. For you.
A week ago, I would have said that breaking into the reliquary couldn't be done. A week ago, I couldn't have imagined being here. My stance on a lot of things has changed.
Yeah.
If you have another idea, however, I'm happy to go along with it.
No, I think that seems to be the solution. Yes, that is true. The reliquary does have alarms. We do know this.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I?
Yeah.
What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
True.
Then the alarms bring Asterion and Hecate, and all three of us do a great deal of apologizing.
Let's just hope that's all those alarms do.
Right then.
And not,
Back to the
like,
reliquary it
instantly,
is.
like, freeze or kill us.
Any
or something.
idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Oh,
Cool.
boy.
I'm sure we can figure something out.
Yep.
I can't go into the reliquary with you. Not without tipping off Hecate.
Oh.
But I won't be far.
Yes.
If I get the slightest sense that something has gone wrong, I am coming in. Still, promise me you won't take risks.
Oh, let's go, Apollo. Apollo's like, I am a god. I will figure it out. Oh, let's see. Don't worry. I'll do my best. I can't promise that. I'll do my best.
I'll try.
Oh.
Ugh, can we just get on with this already?
Freddie's like, get a room. I love it. So I'm trying to find a good stopping point. The ads, I'm getting a notification saying the ads are going to start in 1 minute. So hopefully we get a moment. Oh, we do. Okay, cool. All right, folks. So the ads are going to start here in 50 seconds. So, oh, and it looks like there's no music this time. I guess.